When was the last time you did something so hard, so painful, that you questioned if you could even survive it? Or have you been living in comfort so long that pain terrifies you? Comfort is the most dangerous drug in the world. It doesn't hit you all at once. It doesn't break you in a single moment. It slowly kills your ambition, your hunger, your dreams, until you wake up one day and realize you've wasted your life. Comfort whispers in your ear, "Stay in bed a little longer. Skip the workout. Tomorrow you'll start. Tomorrow you'll change." But tomorrow never comes. Comfort feeds you lies, and every time you give in, it takes a piece of your soul. If you want greatness, if you want freedom, if you want to be someone who leaves a mark in this world, you have to declare war on comfort. You have to be willing to suffer, to bleed, to do the things 99% of people are too weak to do. The truth is this: comfort is not your friend. Comfort is the enemy, and if you don't destroy it now, it will destroy you. Every scar, every drop of sweat, every moment of struggle, it forges you into someone unbreakable. You can't buy that strength. You can't fake it. You have to earn it in the fire of discomfort. So ask yourself today, are you willing to live a life of mediocrity, chained by comfort? Or are you ready to step into the pain, into the unknown, into the discomfort that will build the beast inside you? Because only one of those choices leads to greatness. Destroy comfort before it destroys you. You don't realize it when it happens. Comfort doesn't storm in and destroy you in a single night. It's slow, patient, cunning. It waits for you to let your guard down, to hit the snooze button one more time, to skip that one workout, to eat that one meal you shouldn't. And then it quietly builds a cage around you, and before you even notice, you're trapped inside. Comfort is a liar, and the worst part is, it sounds like your own voice. It whispers, "You deserve rest, you've done enough, you're okay right here." And because it feels soft, it feels safe, you listen, you buy into the lies. But what you don't realize is every time you choose that voice, you kill a piece of who you could have been. Comfort doesn't break you instantly, it erases you slowly. The destruction of comfort isn't in what you see, it's in what you never become. Think about it. How many people had dreams, visions, ambitions, and then settled for a couch, a screen, and a life of good enough? They didn't fall because of failure, they fell because of comfort. They let the easy road become their permanent address, and comfort buried their potential alive. Every great achievement in history came from people who said no to comfort. They chose struggle, chose pain, chose to keep going when their bodies screamed to stop. Meanwhile, billions settle into comfort, thinking it's life's reward, not realizing it's life's biggest trap. Comfort never gives you greatness. Comfort only gives you regret when time runs out. Comfort is a slow poison. It doesn't hit your bloodstream with a burn. It slips in silently, with convenience, with routine, with safety. And once it's there, it numbs you. It numbs your hunger, numbs your fight, numbs your will to break free. That's why most people never rise, never grow, never become anything more. Comfort kills not with violence, but with sedation. And the truth is, people don't notice because comfort feels good. That's why it's so deadly. Pain, suffering, struggle. They scream at you, they force you to pay attention, but comfort makes you smile while it steals your life. It keeps you blind, and blindness is how lives are wasted. It's not the pain that ruins people, it's the comfort they choose instead of pain. Look around. How many people are alive but not living? How many wake up every day, follow the same patterns, eat the same food, watch the same shows, and never chase a damn thing that scares them? That's comfort's work. That's the silent killer at its finest. No noise, no warning, just years slipping away until nothing's left but a person who never lived. Comfort doesn't only kill your body, it kills your mind. It robs you of resilience. It robs you of grit. When life finally hits you, and it always does, comfort leaves you unprepared. You can't fight. You can't endure. You can't rise. Because comfort made you soft, and soft doesn't survive when the storm comes. The storm always comes. Comfort is disguised weakness. It's weakness dressed up as peace. People confuse it with happiness, but comfort doesn't give you joy, it gives you numbness. Joy is earned. Joy comes after sacrifice, after discipline, after battles fought and won. Comfort skips the fight, and in skipping the fight, it skips the joy. That's why so many people feel empty even though they're surrounded by everything they thought they wanted. Every day you choose comfort, you give away power. Power over your future, power over your body, power over your destiny. And once comfort has that power, it doesn't give it back easily. It takes courage to reclaim it. It takes war, because you don't escape comfort by accident. You break out of it by force, and that force hurts. But that pain is life returning to your soul. Comfort has never built warriors. Comfort has never built leaders. Comfort has never built legends. It builds shadows of people, versions of who they were meant to be. Look at the strongest, toughest, most resilient human beings in history. None of them were born in comfort. They were built in the fire of discomfort, and they refused to let the silent killer take them down. Comfort doesn't care how old you are, how much money you have, how much potential sits inside you. Comfort doesn't discriminate. It kills everyone who lets it in, some at 20, some at 50, some at 80. But the result is the same. Dreams never lived, potential never touched, a life wasted. Comfort is equal opportunity destruction. And maybe you think, not me, I'll be fine. That's what everyone thinks. That's why it's a silent killer. No one thinks they're dying inside when they choose the easy road. No one feels the danger when they press snooze. But comfort doesn't strike once. It compounds, and one day you wake up and years are gone. That's when the pain hits, not the pain of struggle, the pain of regret. Comfort kills your hunger, hunger to fight, hunger to grow, hunger to live, and without hunger you rot. You become the walking dead, alive on the outside, but hollow inside. That's what comfort does. That's why it's the deadliest trap in the world. It doesn't take your life in one swing. It drains it, one easy choice at a time, until nothing is left. The only way to live is to recognize comfort for what it is. Not safety, not happiness, not reward, but a predator that stalks in silence, and if you don't fight back, if you don't reject it, if you don't destroy it every single day, it will win. And when comfort wins, you lose everything. Pain doesn't lie, pain doesn't sugarcoat, pain doesn't care about your excuses. Pain shows you exactly who you are and what you're made of. When the body aches, when the lungs burn, when the heart races and you want to quit, that's when the lesson begins. That's when the teacher steps into the room. No book, no video, no speech can teach you what pain can. Most people run from pain their entire lives. They spend every second trying to hide from it, avoid it, numb it, or cover it up. And that's why they never grow. Pain is the only truth in this world that never lies to your face. It tells you, you are weak here, you must get stronger here. If you run, you stay weak. If you face it, you grow. You can't buy wisdom. You can't fake strength. You can't borrow resilience. These things only come from struggle. They only come when you're standing face with pain and choosing not to quit. Every tear, every scar, every broken moment is a chapter in your education. The people who live without pain live without growth. They graduate with nothing but regret. Pain carves you open. It strips away all the fake layers. When you're deep in the grind, when you're broken down to your core, the truth surfaces. That's when you meet yourself, the real you, not the version you show the world, not the one hiding behind comfort. Pain introduces you to the version of yourself you didn't know existed, and that version is powerful. Think about the hardest thing you've ever been through. It wasn't easy, it wasn't fun, but didn't it change you? Didn't it make you sharper, tougher, more aware? That's the work of pain. It forges strength where weakness used to live. The scars you carry aren't signs of defeat. They're proof you learned, proof you survived, proof you became more. People say they want to be great, but they hide from pain. That's like saying you want to swim, but you refuse to touch water. It doesn't work like that. Greatness and pain are inseparable. If you want one, you must embrace the other. You can't shortcut it, you can't cheat it, and you can't beg for it to be easier. You take the pain, you absorb the lesson, and you rise. Pain teaches humility. When you're on the ground, broken, bleeding, exhausted, It reminds you that you're human, it kills ego, it kills arrogance, because in that moment you're not better than anyone else. You're fighting for survival just like everyone else. That's where respect is built. That's where character is shaped. Pain doesn't care about your pride. It only cares if you'll stand back up. And that's the greatest gift pain gives. You learn you can stand back up. Over and over again, pain teaches you resilience. It says, yes, this hurts. Yes, this is hard, but you can take it. You can survive it. You can keep moving. That voice becomes stronger every time you face it. And one day, nothing can break you anymore. Pain taught you how to endure. Pain also teaches gratitude. When you've suffered, when you've been through hell, even the smallest victories feel massive. That first step after being broken. That first breath after you thought you had none left, those moments hit differently because pain made you appreciate what most people take for granted. Pain gives you eyes to see the beauty in survival. The world teaches you to chase happiness. Pain teaches you to chase growth. Growth doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It comes in the fire, every push past the limit, every time you go one more rep, one more mile, one more day. That's pain handing you a gift. You think it's breaking you, but it's building you into something unbreakable. If you're scared of pain, you'll live a small life, a safe life, a life where nothing hurts, but nothing changes. That's why pain is the real teacher. It pushes you past the edges you didn't know you had. It exposes limits that were fake. Pain destroys lies, and once those lies are gone, you finally see what's possible. Most people avoid pain because they don't understand it. They think pain means stop. But pain doesn't mean stop. Pain means grow. Pain is the signal that you've reached a wall. Now the choice is yours, break through or back down. If you choose break through, the lesson is written into your body and mind forever. If you back down, the wall remains and you remain small. Pain doesn't punish you. It prepares you. Every trial, every hardship, every sleepless night is preparing you for a moment in the future when you'll need that strength. Without the lessons of pain, you'll crumble when life hits, but with them, you'll be unshakable. That's why pain is the best teacher you'll ever have. It doesn't fail you if you don't quit on it. The classroom of pain is always open. It doesn't take weekends off. It doesn't care if you're tired, busy, or not in the mood. Pain is there every day, waiting for you to show up. And if you do, it will teach you something about yourself you never knew. That's why the strongest people in this world are the ones who studied under pain their entire lives. Pain doesn't just teach, it transforms. The person who walks into pain is not the same person who walks out. The old version dies in the fire, and the new version emerges forged, sharpened, and alive. That's the truth most people run from, but the truth the warriors embrace. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the real teacher. Strength doesn't come from ease. It doesn't come from the days when everything goes smooth and nothing challenges you. Strength is born in the fire of discomfort. When your body screams, when your mind begs to quit, when every part of you wants to escape, that's the moment your strength is being built. Comfort keeps you weak. Discomfort forges you into steel. Discomfort is the forge, and you are the metal. Every struggle is heat. Every setback is pressure. Every sacrifice is the hammer. And if you stay inside the fire long enough, you come out harder, sharper, unbreakable. That's how warriors are made. Not by living easy, but by choosing the pain, the grind, the weight that no one else is willing to carry. Think about your muscles. They don't grow when you lift something light. They grow when you tear them apart with resistance. The same law applies to your life. The heavier the resistance, the stronger you become. People who run from discomfort stay small, fragile, breakable. People who embrace it grow into giants. That's the law. Discomfort strips you of illusions. When you're comfortable, you tell yourself lies. I'm fine, I'm strong, I'm capable. But you don't know that until you're in the fire. Discomfort reveals the truth. It shows you the weak spots. It exposes the cracks. And then it challenges you to fix them, to grow, to harden those places until they can no longer be broken. The strongest minds on this planet weren't born that way. They were built, and every brick was discomfort. Early mornings, brutal workouts, long nights, relentless struggle, constant failure. That's the currency of strength. If you want to buy resilience, if you want to earn unshakable power, the only price tag is discomfort. Pay it daily or stay weak forever. People want strength without the struggle. They want resilience without the pain, but you can't cheat discomfort, you can't fake it. The only way to build strength is to walk willingly into the places that scare you, the moments that break you, the challenges that push you so far out of your zone that you question if you'll ever come back. And that's the beauty of it. You always come back, but not the same. Every time you survive discomfort, you return stronger. That's the trade. You leave a weaker version of yourself behind, and you step forward into the next level. That cycle never ends. Growth is discomfort repeated over and over until there's nothing left in you that can break. Discomfort also builds mental armor. Physical strength fades with age, but mental toughness, that lasts forever. Every time you face the cold, the hunger, the exhaustion, the failure, you are teaching your mind that nothing owns you. Not fear, not pain, not weakness. That armor protects you in every battle life throws at you. And it is only built in discomfort. The people who live in comfort are fragile. One setback crushes them. One rejection destroys them. One failure sends them spiraling. But the people who live in discomfort, they bend, but they never break. They've been through too much. They've built strength so deep that nothing can take it away. That's the reward of discomfort. You become untouchable. Strength isn't about muscles or trophies or titles. Strength is about the ability to keep moving when everything in you says stop. That ability is only built when you choose discomfort again and again. When you train your body and mind to thrive in the storm instead of hide from it, you become someone who can outlast anything. Discomfort also builds discipline. It teaches you to act when you don't feel like it. It teaches you to show up when you'd rather stay home. Every day you walk into discomfort, you are training your willpower. And that willpower is strength, because strength isn't just lifting weights. It's lifting yourself out of weakness, out of fear, out of excuses. When you start chasing discomfort, something changes inside you. Fear loses its grip, pain loses its sting. You stop seeing obstacles as problems, and you start seeing them as opportunities. Every mountain becomes another chance to grow. Every storm becomes another chance to harden. Discomfort doesn't scare you anymore, it excites you. But here's the truth. Most people won't do it. Most people will stay where it's easy. They'll live safe, soft, small, and they'll wonder why they never became more. The difference between them and the few who rise is simple. The few chose discomfort. They didn't run from it. They didn't avoid it. They chased it down, and in doing so, they built strength the world couldn't take. The gift of discomfort is freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from weakness, freedom from regret. When you've been through enough, you realize there's nothing left to be afraid of. You've faced the pain, you've lived through the fire, and you've survived. That realization makes you unstoppable, because you know discomfort is never your enemy. It's your builder. Discomfort builds strength, and strength builds life. The more you lean into it, the stronger you become. The stronger you become, the more alive you feel. Comfort keeps you numb. Discomfort wakes you up. Every day is a choice. Stay weak or grow strong. And the only path to strength is through discomfort. Step into it, live inside it, become unbreakable. Excuses are the language of the weak, and they are born in comfort. When you live easy, your mind becomes a factory of lies. I'm too tired, I'll start tomorrow. I don't have time, I don't feel like it. Those excuses sound small at first, but stacked together, they build walls higher than mountains. Comfort doesn't just slow you down, it convinces you that stopping is acceptable. Excuses always wear a mask. They don't come out saying, I'm weakness. They come dressed up as logic, as reason, as common sense. Comfort teaches you how to justify quitting. It whispers, you worked hard yesterday, you deserve a break. It tells you, other people are worse off, so you're doing fine. It makes you believe average is enough, and once you believe it, you're done. Every excuse is a chain, and every chain makes you weaker. Comfort wraps those chains around your arms, your legs, your mind until you can't move anymore. You're stuck, you're paralyzed, you're a prisoner of your own choices. That's how comfort wins. It doesn't drag you down screaming. It convinces you to sit down quietly and never get up again. Excuses kill dreams faster than failure ever could. Failure teaches, failure shows you where to improve. Failure builds hunger. Excuses, they leave you blind. They make you believe you're on the right track while you're actually sinking. That's the danger. Excuses keep you comfortable, but comfort is the slow death of greatness. You don't miss your goals because you're incapable. You miss them because you listen to excuses. Comfort tells you that the pain isn't worth it, that the risk is too high, that the work is too hard. And because comfort feels safe, you believe it. That's why so many people quit before they even start. Excuses told them a story, and they chose to believe it. Excuses also breed comparison. Comfort makes you look at others and say, at least I'm doing better than them. But greatness isn't about being better than someone else. It's about being the best version of yourself. Excuses lower the bar. They make you compete against the weakest instead of against your own potential. That's why comfort creates mediocrity. Comfort doesn't want you to chase excellence because excellence requires sacrifice. Comfort wants you to settle. Excuses are the tools it uses to keep you there. The moment you buy into I can't, or it's too late, or I don't have enough, you've surrendered. You've let excuses write your story, and excuses only write one ending, regret. Excuses feel good in the moment, but they cost everything in the end. They save you from pain right now, but they hand you a lifetime of disappointment. That workout you skipped, that chance you didn't take, that dream you never chased, one day, you'll look back and realize it was all because of excuses. Comfort won, and you lost. Excuses destroy discipline. Every time you let one slide, your standards drop lower. You teach yourself that average is acceptable, that weakness is okay, and eventually you forget what strength even feels like. Comfort numbs you with excuses until you don't even notice how far you've fallen. That's the most dangerous part. You don't feel the chains tightening until it's too late. Comfort convinces you that your goals can wait. It sells you the lie of tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow turns into next week, next month, next year. Excuses steal your time, and time is the one thing you never get back. That's the price of comfort. It robs you of today and leaves you broke tomorrow. Excuses shrink your world. When you let them in, you stop chasing challenges. You stop taking risks. You stop living. Your life becomes smaller and smaller until you're just existing inside a box of your own making. That box feels safe, but it's a coffin. You buried yourself alive under the weight of excuses. The only way to kill excuses is to face discomfort head on. When you stop running from pain, the excuses stop working. I'm too tired doesn't matter when you get up anyway. It's too hard doesn't matter when you keep going. Every time you refuse an excuse, you weaken comfort's grip. You take back control. You prove to yourself that you're stronger than your lies. Excuses are easy. Action is hard. That's why most people live in comfort their entire lives. They'd rather believe a lie than face the truth. But the truth is this: the work is hard, but you can do it. The road is long, but you can walk it. The pain is real, but so is the reward. Excuses steal all of that. Discomfort gives it back. Comfort creates excuses, but discomfort creates freedom. Freedom from lies. Freedom from regret. Freedom from the trap of mediocrity. Every excuse you destroy, every excuse you silence, every excuse you crush under your discipline, that's another chain broken. And once the chains are gone, nothing can stop you. You don't find out who you are when life is easy. Anyone can smile, talk tough, and act strong when everything's smooth. Your true self only shows up when you're under pressure, when you're broken down, when the pain is real and the struggle is heavy. Discomfort rips away the mask and forces you to meet the real version of you, the one you've been hiding from. When you're in comfort, you live a lie. You tell yourself you're disciplined, but you've never been tested. You tell yourself you're strong, but you've never been pushed. You tell yourself you're ready, but you've never stepped into the fire. Discomfort calls your bluff. It takes every excuse, every illusion, every fake image you've built, and it burns it away. The moment of truth comes when you're tired, when you're hungry, when you're beaten down, and you still have more to give. That's when you realize what lives inside you. That's when you see the difference between the story you've been telling yourself and the reality of who you are. And that truth, it's either terrifying or liberating. Discomfort doesn't care about your reputation. It doesn't care what people think you are. It doesn't care about your status, your titles, or your image. It cares only about your raw core, the person inside, stripped of comfort, stripped of excuses, stripped of protection. That's the version discomfort introduces you to, and once you meet them, you can't go back. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes discomfort reveals that you're weaker than you thought, softer than you believed, less prepared than you imagined. But that's not failure, that's opportunity, because now you know the truth. And once you know the truth, you can build, you can rise, you can become the person you thought you were pretending to be. Other times, discomfort shocks you. You find out you're stronger than you ever imagined. You dig deeper than you thought possible. You discover a reserve of power, grit, and resilience you never knew existed. That's the beauty of discomfort. It introduces you to your limits, and then it shows you that your limits were lies. Every time you choose discomfort, you peel back another layer. You learn something new about yourself. You find out what makes you quit, what makes you fight, what breaks you, and what builds you. That self-knowledge is priceless. Because once you know yourself, really know yourself, nothing can control you. You stop living blind. You start living real. Discomfort is the mirror most people avoid. They'd rather live in comfort and believe the stories they tell themselves than face the reflection of who they actually are. But greatness doesn't live in lies. Greatness lives in the truth, and truth only comes out under pressure. If you never step into discomfort, you'll never see who you really are. When life punches you in the face, and it will, the fake version of you disappears. The person you've been pretending to be runs away. The person you truly are stands in the ring. That's why discomfort is necessary. It prepares you for the storm by showing you who you really are before the storm even hits. The battlefield of discomfort is where you're tested. That's where courage is revealed, where weakness is exposed, where resilience is born. You can't fake it there. You can't talk your way through it. You can only endure, or you can quit. And the choice you make in that moment defines who you really are. Discomfort strips away ego. It humbles you. It doesn't care about your trophies or your past victories. It asks one question: what can you do right now? And when you answer that question honestly, you find out who you really are, not yesterday, not someday, but right here in this moment. That's the truth discomfort delivers. People fear discomfort because they fear themselves. They're afraid to find out they're not as strong as they thought, but running doesn't protect you. It only delays the truth. Eventually, life will put you in discomfort, and then you'll see yourself anyway. The only difference is you'll either be ready because you've trained for it, or you'll collapse because you never faced it. Discomfort is brutal, but it's honest. It doesn't lie. It doesn't flatter you. It doesn't make you feel good, but it shows you reality. And reality is the only foundation you can build greatness on. Lies collapse, comfort collapses, but truth endures. And discomfort is the only way to dig down deep enough to find it. The person you dream of becoming, the strongest, toughest, most resilient version of yourself, that person is hiding on the other side of discomfort. The only way to meet them is to step into the fire, to suffer, to push, to endure. That's where your true self lives. That's where the beast inside wakes up. Discomfort reveals your true self. Not the mask, not the ego, not the story. The raw, unfiltered, unbreakable version of you. And once you see them, once you meet that version, you'll never settle for less again, because you'll know exactly who you are, and you'll never want to go back to who you were pretending to be. Comfort doesn't take days off, so neither can you. Every single day, comfort is waiting for you when you wake up. It's in the bed that feels too warm, the alarm you want to snooze, the easy road you want to take. If you don't fight it daily, it wins. And when it wins enough days in a row, it owns you completely. Destroying comfort isn't a one-time decision. It's a lifestyle. It's waking up every morning and declaring war on the part of you that wants to quit. It's choosing the harder road not once, but again and again until it becomes who you are. The moment you stop even for a day, comfort starts clawing its way back. People think strength is built in big moments. It's not. It's built in the daily battles, the choice to run when you don't want to, the choice to study when you're tired, the choice to face fear when it would be easier to turn away. Destroying comfort daily isn't about one huge victory. It's about thousands of small ones stacked on top of each other. Discipline is born in repetition. If you fight comfort today and win, that's good. But if you fight comfort tomorrow and the day after and the day after that, something changes. The fight becomes your identity. The war becomes your home. That's when comfort stops being tempting and struggle starts being normal. That's how warriors are made. Comfort hates consistency. It thrives on weakness, on skipped days, on broken promises. That's why destroying comfort daily matters. It's not about proving something once. It's about never giving comfort space to grow. Because the moment you let it breathe, it starts spreading again, poisoning your mind, making excuses, killing your drive. Every day is a test. Comfort will always offer you the easy way out. Stay in bed, skip the gym, take the shortcut. Destroying it daily means saying no to those whispers every single time. It means choosing pain, choosing struggle, choosing growth, because the easy choice today becomes regret tomorrow, and the hard choice today becomes strength tomorrow. Destroying comfort daily builds momentum. Each victory fuels the next. Each decision to fight makes the next decision easier. Over time, you create a storm of discipline that carries you forward. That's the secret: consistency. Not perfection, not luck, not talent, just the daily destruction of comfort until it has no place left in your life. Comfort is patient, it waits, it watches, it knows the moment you get lazy, the moment you think you've made it, the moment you relax, that's when it strikes. That's why the war never ends. Destroying comfort daily means never letting your guard down. It means staying sharp, staying hungry, staying ready every single day of your life. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Destroying comfort daily can be simple. Take the stairs instead of the elevator, wake up earlier, push one more rep, study one more hour. It's not about grand gestures. It's about proving to yourself over and over that you control your choices, not comfort. Every small battle adds up to a massive victory. When you destroy comfort daily, you start to love the grind. You stop dreading the hard work, and you start craving it. Because you know that every moment of struggle is building you into something stronger. Comfort becomes the enemy, and discomfort becomes your fuel. That shift in mindset changes everything. Most people wait for motivation. They wait for the perfect time, but motivation is weak. Discipline is built. And discipline comes from destroying comfort daily, whether you feel like it or not. That's how you separate yourself from the crowd. That's how you stop being average and start being unstoppable. The world will try to lull you back into comfort. Society is built on ease, on convenience, on shortcuts. That's why most people never rise. To break free, you have to go against the current every day. You have to reject what feels good and chase what makes you grow. Destroying comfort daily is rebellion against mediocrity. One day isn't enough. A week isn't enough. A year isn't enough. Comfort will chase you for life. The fight never ends, but that's the point. The fight is what shapes you. The fight is what keeps you alive. The fight is what makes you different from the billions who gave in. Destroying comfort daily is what makes you truly free. You don't destroy comfort because it's fun. You destroy it because your future depends on it. Every day you fight, you build the strength, the resilience, the mindset to handle anything life throws at you. Every day you win against comfort, you step closer to the person you were born to be. That's the mission, that's the work. Destroy comfort daily or it will destroy you. That's the truth. The war is never over. The fight is every day. And the only question is, will you choose the hard path today, or will you let comfort win? Your life, your future, your greatness depends on the answer. So here we are. After all the words, all the truth, it comes down to this. You either destroy comfort, or comfort destroys you. There is no middle ground. Life will not wait for you to feel ready. The clock is ticking. Every day you stay soft. Every day you choose the easy path. You are digging your own grave with your bare hands. Comfort is not harmless. It is the silent killer of dreams. You were not built to hide. You were not built to sit in the shadows of fear. You were built to bleed, to sweat, to suffer, to fight, and to rise stronger. The world will try to convince you that you're enough as you are. That lie is the chain that keeps you weak. You are not here to be comfortable. You are here to be tested. You are here to break yourself apart and rebuild into something greater. This is your war. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to drag you out of bed. No one is going to fight your battles for you. You have to face comfort head on every single day with the kind of rage that says, not today, not ever. You have to look in the mirror and declare war on the version of yourself that wants to quit. Understand this. Comfort will take everything from you if you let it. Your health, your ambition, your relationships, your future. One skipped day turns into a week. One excuse turns into a life of regret. That's the cost of comfort, and regret is a pain no workout, no money, no achievement can ever erase. But if you choose the other path, the hard path, the one paved with struggle, sweat, and discipline, you become untouchable. You build a mind no weakness can break. You forge a body no obstacle can stop. You create a spirit that refuses to bow, no matter how heavy the world gets. This isn't about motivation, this is about survival. If you want to truly live, if you want to know what it means to be alive, you have to walk into discomfort daily and tear it apart. You have to bleed for your dreams, suffer for your goals, and embrace the pain that comfort runs from. At the end of your life, when you look back, you will face one of two feelings, regret or pride. Regret that you let comfort rob you of everything you could have been, or pride that you fought the war every day and refused to give in. That choice is yours and it starts now. So stand up, stop waiting, stop making excuses, look comfort in the eyes and crush it before it crushes you. This is your time, this is your life. Destroy comfort before it destroys you.